So happy to have my chai from my baby. And I am ready. It's taken me a little minute to set up. Hi everyone, I am Marla from Marla Loves, and I am a life coach and EFT practitioner, and I empower women to embody peace and possibilities and really create their vision and dream life so they can live a life of abundance and joy. And I'm really excited to be here today. Let me know in the comments if you are watching live. I would love to see you. I am on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So I've done this before and I found it quite challenging, but bear with me, seeing how we go. And today I'm jumping on because I really wanted to dive into 3 reasons why you need to change your thoughts. And so I will start with the first reason, which is your language is a predisposition for action. So that's something that one of my mentors, Alan, used to always say to me during my coach training, and it really, really speaks true. So, you may have heard people say your thoughts become things, what you focus on expands, all that kind of stuff. And this really kind of ties into that quite nicely, because our language is everything. It really does shape our world, and we can create stories in our head, or assessments as I like to call them, and these stories are from our perspective, they're from our context and frame of reference, but it doesn't mean they're actually true. They're not facts, they're thoughts. And so we can have these stories that we create, and using our language when we say things like, I'm not a runner, I'm not good enough to launch a business. These are a couple of examples. I don't belong. They start out as just a simple thought. It's really simple. It hasn't become much more than that. But when it becomes a recurring thought, that's when it can really become embedded and really become a challenge and an issue for us. So say you I used to have the belief that I am not a runner, and I hated running, and it was kind of funny really, because when I was little, young in primary school, I used to love running and I used to love cross country, and then as I got older, I just had this story, I'm not a runner, I can't run. And words like that, I can't or I am, they make things permanent. They make things shut down the possibilities. So that is kind of the end of things. So saying I can't or I am not a runner can be really, really detrimental, and it really had a negative effect on me. And another one that I had as well, which kind of shares a little bit of my story, but I had the belief that I don't belong. And I would keep telling myself this through my childhood, and I was a brown girl. I was adopted from Sri Lanka, and I grew up wishing I was white because I felt like I didn't belong, I didn't fit in. And I had this story, and I was using this language like, I'm an outsider, I don't belong, I don't fit in. All of these language, these thoughts, I was speaking it, I was telling myself this. And eventually, as an adult, it was over a long period of time, but it was so ingrained that eventually I started developing vitiligo on my skin, which is where you lose the pigmentation in your skin. And it was really, really eye-opening for me. It really showed me how much your language can shape your reality, because I made that true, and I really, really, really believe that I created that. And then, so number 2, once you have your language, you have this idea, this story that you're creating, then it goes into your thoughts become your beliefs. And so when you have a recurring thought enough times, you start to believe it, and it starts to become true for you. That's why, going back to the first point, your language is a predisposition for action, because if you think things enough, they become real for you. And then so I felt really separate and I felt really detached, and I had the other side with the running. I had this belief that I couldn't run, and your emotions come from your language. So it's all linked. Your language, your emotions, and your body are all linked in together. And my emotions were I felt really down. I felt really lonely. And then I also felt not good enough, and it would, that weighs on you, and eventually it turns into a mood. So if your emotions are existing for over a long period of time, they become a mood, and we can live in moods of resignation, resentment, anxiety, or we can live in moods of acceptance or curiosity and wonder, or ambition. So when you have that mood, your emotions and your moods are carried in your body. Our body is a storehouse, and it really affects our nervous system. And so this comes to the third point. Your beliefs create the environment for your emotional state, which lands in your body. So you're having this belief, you're saying these things, you're having these thoughts, and then you're feeling these emotions, and you might be in a mood of like resignation or resentment. So for me, I was really in deep resignation, that I was alone, and I was just stuck with feeling like I didn't belong, and it was really heavy and really hard and difficult, and I was creating this reality for myself. And then it started to take its effect. Those emotions, I was carrying them in my body, and then it appeared on my skin. So it was the stress from not belonging, and this is why it's so important to catch your stories early on, and to really notice them all the time and check in with them and be aware of them, because it will have a flow-on effect. So instead of saying I can't, you could say something. This is something I teach my son, because he's 5, and sometimes he says I can't do this, and so changing it to I can't yet, or I'm open to the possibilities. But just adding the yet, it doesn't close it off and make it final. It allows for there to be some room for it to expand and for possibilities to come. Another thing is if you're feeling unwell or something, instead of saying I'm sick, I'm so sick, I'm always sick, say I'm experiencing this illness, or I'm experiencing this, because I am is such a permanent thing. That is you. So changing that, shifting that is really, really crucial. The other thing is I have to go to work. You can change that to I get to go to work, and that opens you up to possibilities, and it just changes your way of being. So it will really, if you say I have to go to work, that's a really heavy thing to say, and you feel like you hate your job, your work's out, and if you change it to I get to go to work, you get to see what happens, your emotions will be lighter, and more things it will really change. And I really, really believe this. So just to recap, those are the 3 reasons that I believe you need to change your thoughts. 1, your language is a predisposition for action. Number 2, your thoughts become your beliefs. And number 3, your beliefs create the environment for the emotional state which you live in. So all 3, it's like a triangle: language, emotions, and body. They are all really linked together and really create your reality and shape your reality. And if you have any questions about this, please do let me know. And if you like this video and would like to see more, or would like me to go deeper into this, please let me know as well by commenting. And if you're curious about working with me, I do have a couple of spots open for one-on-one coaching right now. And this is really high touch. We go really deep into this. We go through processes to really change your thoughts and clear limiting beliefs and clear enemies of learning and things that are really holding you back from living your best life and living your potential. So if that is something you are curious about, send me a DM and we can organize a time to chat. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you really soon.